Fisherman's Wharf is a wonderfully rich neighborhood, alive with energy and layered with history.
When you come to Fisherman's Wharf, you get to use all your senses. You get to smell, you get to see, you get to feel, you get to taste. It all happens here.
It's world famous and has become a can't-miss stop for many visitors to the city.
They come here, they enjoy themselves. Hey, that's what San Francisco is all about. There's a little bit for everybody here.
But what most visitors miss, and what many of us who live here often overlook, is the real Fisherman's Wharf hidden in plain sight.
Tarantino's, Aliotto's, well-known restaurants gathered around the famous Inner Lagoon here at San Francisco's Fisherman's Wharf. You know, people come from all over the world to see this atmospheric spot, but for those of us who live here, it's altogether too easy to miss.
There's so much to see down here if you'll just make the extra step.
Alessandro Beccari is a San Francisco native and has been part of the Italian fishing community since he was a boy in the 1930s.
That's a new marina. That's for the fishing industry.
Al has a deep love and respect for Fisherman's Wharf and has even authored a book that chronicles its complex history.
You know how they notified each other?
Yeah.
They didn't have radios and all that. By singing. Santa Luna, Maxima, Mamma Mia, Commodita, and one from the other. It was fun, fun, and everybody knew where everybody was.
It was a tight-knit community, and it still is.
These are people that you just don't shake hands. You have to hug. You have to kiss. I mean, you know, the men expect it. If you don't, they want to know, what the hell's wrong with you?
For Al, Fisherman's Wharf is like one big family, going back many generations. One of Al's longtime friends is Frank D'Amata, a cornerstone of the fishing community since 1947.
They were so lively, there were nets stretched out all over the docks, guys sewing, mending their nets, all different type of fish being caught and brought in here. Right there, right at the docks, people would come down after having dinner and they'd smell the fishermen with their barbecue stoves back there in the boats, barbecuing fish, and the smell, you could smell it all the way up to Broadway Street from here. They'd say, let us have some of those fish.
What would you say your relationship to this boat is?
It's like me and my wife. But I gotta say, I'd have to say my wife comes first. Because if she's listening after all this, you know, do I want to get in trouble? Do I want to get in hot water? I don't think so.
To get a feel for the life of a fisherman, Frank offers to take us out for a trip on the bay. It's a journey he's made thousands of times, and a trip this community has made for generations.
Over all these years, why have you kept it up? What's it about this life that you love so much?
You could almost say it's the freedom of thing. It's like you're your own boss. It's just a way of life, that the freedom that you have. You go when you please, you do what you want, you work as late as you want, and that's the big thing.
Heading out on the water, all the hustle and bustle of the city simply fades away. When their limits are caught and their holds are full, it's back to the wharf where they unload their boats and sell their catch.
So we're looking at a place that's not just history, we're looking at a place that's a real living...
Absolutely. This is a working wharf.
Each year, thousands of tons of fish and crab are processed at Fisherman's Wharf, making it one of the largest suppliers of seafood on the West Coast. One of the longest-running wholesalers is the Aliotto Lazio Fish Company.
You got this wonderful place that's being operated now by the granddaughters of Tom Lazio.
They're carrying on a fantastic tradition.
Sisters Annette Traverso and Angela Cincota each bring their own personalities to the business.
Annette's the cutest sister. She's a little fairy, she's a little minx. She's the one who works the hardest. You know, she doesn't mind cutting the rock cod. When the rock cod starts bleeding, I'm white. She's the politically correct one. I'm not. I like to cut them up, okay?
The sisters run every aspect of the business, from receiving and cleaning the fish to distributing it near and far. Their family has been in the fish business for over 100 years.
Well, my grandfather started it, and it was based on quality and freshness.
In their grandfather's era, wives would sometimes help their husbands, but mostly women weren't accepted into what was then a male-dominated industry. But times have changed, and today it's the daughters who carry on the family's legacy.
Looking ahead, what would you hope you could tell me in 5 or 10 years?
That Fisherman's Wharf lives on, and not just in a sign above a building, but that the reality is I'm still cutting fish even when I'm 60 with my cane up here, you know?
Another longtime fixture in the neighborhood is just a short stroll away. Skoma's is one of the many restaurants on Fisherman's Wharf that receives locally caught fish in the back and serves them up in the front. It's one of the original eateries and has been a favorite among locals and tourists for many years.
Look at this.
Now,
Look
what are you having here? You're having
I'm having sandabs, an authentic San Francisco fish dish. And you're having puttanesca. It's beautiful.
Pasta puttanesca.
After a delicious lunch, we're on the move again. Al leads me to a place very dear to him, the Fisherman's Memorial Chapel. Just a stone's throw from the busy tourist attractions, this touching tribute to San Francisco's fishermen is easy to miss.
Come on in the chapel.
thank you.
Come on, I want you to enjoy it.
Here we cross paths with a couple of travelers who have stepped away from the main thoroughfare and found a piece of the real Fisherman's Wharf.
The chapel is ecumenical. It's for all faiths and all services. This is the sad part of the chapel.
Yes.
We have hundreds of names on the wall. These are those who died at sea.
Working to build this chapel was a labor of love for Al. It's a tribute to San Francisco's seafaring traditions and will be a gathering place for years to come.
And I'm happy that you came in.
Yeah, well,
I
thank you.
welcome
I
your
mean, this
visit.
is an unexpected pleasure.
Well, no.
There's more to Fisherman's Wharf than many of us expect. For hidden among the souvenir shops and crowds is a thriving community, continuing traditions that have captured the world's imagination. And we can all experience it if we just slow down and take a look.
Shakespeare said, you know, the whole world's a stage. Can you see better theater than this?
Yeah.
It's real, it's alive, and it's worth preserving.